Okay. Hello. Okay. That's nice. ठीक है भैया. Why उदास बेटे? Why are you sad? Let's have a conversation. Outcome bound though. But you started, don't worry. The responsibility lies on me to bring it to a conclusion. लो उदासी खत्म. चलो कोई बात नहीं. चलो वर्सी ले लेते हैं यार, कल वाली ही है ना, पूर्वंती भारत. मन मेरा नहीं हो रहा, लेकिन फिर भी चलो ले लेते हैं. वी. हे भारत, कर्म में आसक्त हुए ज्ञानी जन जिस प्रकार कर्म करते हैं, आसक्ति रहित विद्वान भी लोक संग्रह करना चाहता हुआ उसी प्रकार कर्म करे. तो कल इसको लेके मैंने यही बात बताई थी कि है ना, चेस टर्म्स में, कि एक्शन तो आई टॉक अरेबिक नहीं भाई, आई कैन टॉक इंग्लिश. लैंग्वेज इज ओके, बट व्हाट डू यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट? दैट्स द मेन थिंग. Arabic, Spanish, German translation can be done. The thing is that what you want to talk about. What's the topic? What's the issue? What's the theme? Care. That's one thing. So, yesterday I said that structure is very much important if you are looking to deliver something larger than your own life, even in your own life. In a public space, if you really want to deliver something, you will need to have some sort of structure or some sort of understanding or appreciation for structures in general, because without that, chaos will always get the better of you. So that is one thing that we arrived at yesterday. Okay. In that sense, in the chess, There are certain structures, roughly 50 of them are very famous. Hedgehog is one of them. Another is advanced French, not French, and those kind of structures. I can discuss about them, but I don't feel like. I still feel as if that first of all you must like a city. Whatever problems a city is having, a city always have a structure, right? Whatever political problems are there, political structures are also there, and so the same can also be said for the social or religious or everything else as well. So a structure is almost always present around you. You are always operating within a certain structure, and a certain amount of problems can be solved without changing the structure, and certain problems can only be solved when you change the structure. So these are the two type of problems that you will face, and ultimately most of your pain will be found because of the structure. Most of your gains will also be coming because of the very structure as well. So that's why navigating, taking a system from structure A to structure B is a necessary skill. But before you can do that, you will need to understand what the structure A currently is, what the problems and what the strengths as well as the problems are. So basically, essentially, structural dynamics is something else. You can move from one structure to the another structure to then another structure and so on and so on. That's one part of it. But the crux of the matter is that you will need to have an eye for the structure. That is what I want to say. Correct. Like let's say electricity. Electricity production and consumption is a structure in the world, no? In the urban or even rural areas. Electricity production and consumption is a structure. Roads are structures. Infrastructure you can say, but essentially, like even in the painting, if you are looking for a painting, even if you are looking for any sport, whether it be cricket, like there are two teams, there is a pitch, there is a field, there is an inner ring, and so there is a power play. So structures, even in a music piece, structures are there. Without a structure, chaos will always find you. And in chaos you can't really deliver. You can't really deliver anything lasting, meaningful or beautiful for that matter. Chaos does have a beauty in itself, because for any chaos to exist there has to be at least two opposites in it, because otherwise simplicity has found its place in it as well. So it's, again, coming back to the structure, I think that what I want you to do is to develop an eye for identifying the structures that are present around. Habits are also structures. Habits ultimately tend to cluster toward each other, and then they block out a lot of energy and time and attention. Habits generally also have people as well, relationships. Time has a structure, past, present, future, and so on. Like this painting is. See, this painting has a structure, right? Chessboard has a structure. Four spaces there, four spaces there. Center is there, king side and queen side, and so on. So there is a structure, right? In the football pitch, there is a structure. So structures are always there. You will need to develop an eye for the structure. Like this conversation has a structure, right? I am speaking, but you are not speaking, you are just seeing. You are being passive. And when you are being that much passive, only then I can be this much active. So that's also a conversation structure, right? Writing, speaking, reading, listening. Those are four part of a bigger structure of communication. Life has a pattern in terms of communication and silence, noise and silence, activity, rest, and so on and so on. So the structures and patterns are always there. And I do feel that art or sport are certainly good for developing an eye for structure. So I think that this much is good enough. If you start spending more of your time in art and sports, I feel that very soon you will find the same can also be said for the chess as well, which is actually a sport too. You will very surely find yourself developing an eye for structure as well, because you can't really go there for a longer period of time without structure. That's not possible. Art, sport, and chess. Bye.